want to ask you a question today. Can something as simple as neglecting having meals at the table bring you to a place of disappointment and regret in your family life? It's important to answer that question because I want you to understand that the table in the home is actually a place of purpose. God establishes a very important purpose for us as humans and in our relationships at the table. Let's look back today at the beginning of the very first table. Did you know that the first table was actually designed and created by God? If you look in the book of Exodus, chapter 25, God was telling Moses, I want you to build a tabernacle for me. It's a place where my presence will dwell. You're to make a place for my presence, the Ark of the Covenant, and then the second piece of furniture, I want you to make a table. And this is the very first time that a table had been made out of wood. And do you realize the measurement of that table is exactly the same height? Not the same width, but the same height as the tables you and I sit at today. It was designed by God, and he told Moses, after you make the table, I want you to put on that table plates, dishes, pitchers, and bowls. Now, the purpose for this table was redemption. It was at the table that after Moses was to set the table in the tabernacle, God said, I want you to place on the table the bread of the presence. And if you read this passage, you will see that the purpose of the table was that the priest would bring the blood of the sacrificed lamb so people's sins could be forgiven to the bread of the presence at the table. This is the place of purification that the priest then would be able to go into the presence of God, and your sins could be redeemed. So the table was the process place, or the purpose of the table was redemption. Now, if you really understand that and make your table in your home a purposeful place, I'm going to encourage you, clear off your table. Take the computer off of it. Get the mail off of it, the newspapers off. Clear it and reclaim it as a purposeful place in your home because God created it to be a place of purification, of cleansing, of redemption. So no matter what happens during the day within a family member's life, we know that we're going to come to the table, we're going to share a meal, we're going to talk about what happened, encourage one another, speak words of kindness, and character will be strengthened. Courage will be given to face a new situation, another experience, because you've repurposed your table. I have been teaching this message for many years to multiple thousands, maybe millions. I don't know. I don't keep track. However, I have thousands and thousands of reports, letters, emails, and many times after hearing this message to repurpose your table, what happens in families is they realize that they have evolved to a place that they no longer even have a table in their homes. The places in our homes where we used to have tables have been replaced with bars and counters. And if you do have a table, it's been purposed differently. You use it as a desk, you use it for a computer, and so I'm going to encourage you today to understand God created the table for a purpose. And the purpose is to redeem the relationships in the same way in the tabernacle 3,400 years ago. He wanted to redeem his relationship with sinful man. And he did that by telling Moses to make a table, put dishes on it, set it with a tablecloth, and then the priest would come to that table and would purify and cleanse. And then we know later that the cross replaced that process. We no longer have to buy a slain lamb. When Jesus said, it is finished, what was finished is that you don't have to go through a priest anymore to access the presence of God. You have direct access to him anytime. And as a family, he purposed that the table would be the place of security and stability and strength building in your in your home. So I'm going to encourage you today, your homework for this week is to clear off your table. And like Proverbs 9:2 says, prepare your meat, mix your wine, and set your table. So let's go reverse. Let's clear off the table, get out some placemats, go to the dollar store if you need to buy some things, repurpose your table, and set your table. And then we'll deal with getting there sometime to have a meal. But let's start there, okay? God bless you.